Today we're in Rome with one day routine. Let's go. Hello everyone, good morning. My name is Stephanie and I'll be your safari driver of the day. And just a couple of reminders before we head into the resort. Please make sure you put your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the truck at all times. Please make sure you stay seated during the entire safari. And also make sure you keep those face coverings all over your nose and mouth during the entire safari as well. Alright, so in just a couple of moments we're going to get into the little itinerary for it. Here, the animals are very shy and rely on camouflage. So these ones are going to be most likely hiding behind bushes. So we got to keep our eyes really open to see what we can spot today. I think Alright, so here on our left hand side we're going to have this black and white bird. She's going to be the saddle-billed stork. And then on our right hand side we're going to have a couple of antelopes. We're going to have one all the way to the right with those bamboo trees that you can see it's back from here that it has white stripes on it. And then we're going to have the bongos and the graded kudu. The bongo is going to be the one with the horns. And the graded kudu is going to be the lighter one in color.
Yeah, they're deer.
So those bongos are nicknamed the ghost of the forest because they are real easy. And both bongos and graded kudus have those real cool stripes on their bodies, which helps them to blend their silhouette behind bushes, and that keeps them safe from predators. The okapis, they are the only alive relatives to the giraffe. And they have stripes on their backs that kind of look like zebras as well. And here on our left hand side, all the way to the back, we're going to have a black rhino just eating there. They can weigh up to 3,000 pounds. And they can still charge up to 35 miles an hour, which is really amazing because they are huge creatures and they'll still have some speed on those legs. We're gonna have another black rhino here on our left hand side as well. It's gonna be behind the rocks. Their horns are made out of keratin, which is the same thing that we have on our fingernails. And they can sharp those by scratching them into the trees. And on our right hand side we're gonna have a couple more bongos and graded kudus as well.
Oh my god, it's hot.
And the bongos have those really cool horns leaning backwards that helps them to go through thick vegetation really quickly. They have to get thick. Might be submerged all the way at the bottom, so you gotta keep your eyes really open to see what we can spot today. If you take a look here all the way to the right, you're gonna see the hippos submerged in the water. They can hold the respiration underwater up to 8 minutes. They are very territorial. They like to protect their space, and males can weigh up to 5,500 pounds. And here on our left hand side behind the island, they're going to be a little bit more easier to see. And the really cool thing about hippos is that they actually do not swim. They just walk at the bottom. And if you take a look at the island, you're going to see those gray birds. And those are pinback pelicans. And they get a really beautiful pink color on their back during mating season. They are really great nesters. They like to nest together in groups between 20 and 500. And they have a wingspan from 7 to 9 feet as well. And now, coming over here on our left, we are going to have some Nile crocodiles. Nile crocodiles have really strong jaws, but their diet consists mostly out of fish. However, if something bigger crosses its way, like a zebra or a wildebeest, they will eat it. They can get as long as 16 feet. They can weigh up to 500 pounds. And they are also the largest species of crocodilian in Africa. Now we are going to get into West Savannah. And here, the animals do not rely on camouflage, as in the Itouri forest. So these ones are going to be much easier to spot. They might be found in groups because they rely on each other and on their speech to be safe. A couple of animals. We're going to have some Hartman mountain zebras all the way to the right. We're going to have some giraffes as well, and some white-bird wildebeest in the middle. And here in front of us, we're going to have some more zebras, and baby zebra is just laying down on the floor beside the mom. Good. Zebras have a little thing under their neck called the doula, which helps them to regulate their body temperature during hot weather. And if you take a look at their bellies, you're going to see that they're completely white. They have no straps on them. That is how we can also identify it as a Hartman mountain zebra. We're going to have a couple of giraffes walking around as well. And if you take a look at the trees, you're going to see that they're all missing their bottom leaves. That's because of them. They like to eat the bottom leaves of the trees. And that line also marks the tallest giraffe that we have here in the reserve. And coming up here on the left hand side, they are going to be laying down on the floor. We're going to have some African painted dogs. They are one of the most successful predators here in Africa. That's because they take turns to chase their prey until it collapses from exhaustion. And giraffes can get up to from 18 to 20 feet. And they can spend the whole day eating or just walking around. And they just sleep 30 minutes during the day. And if you take a look here on your left hand side between these trees and the bushes, there is going to be a brown antelope. And that's going to be the sable antelope. And they have those beautiful horns leaning backwards. That helps them to protect their backs from predators. And they are also the official emblem of the reserve. And all my friends aboard, make sure that you keep those face coverings all over your nose and mouth during the entire trip. Remember, they are mandatory in every attraction. You two, sir, the one with the red shirt. Yeah, keep it on. And here, on our left, we're going to have a giraffe really close to us. Giraffes can speed up to 35 miles an hour in short distances, and in long distances they can go up to 10. And every single one of them has a very unique pattern, just as we have unique fingerprints. And here, coming up on our right hand side, really close to the white-bird wildebeest, we're going to have a baby giraffe as well. She's going to be the one with the darker spots. It's going to be to the left of the group of white-bird wildebeest. And they can be born being 6 feet, and they are also dropped 6 feet because the monkeys are standing. And those white-bird wildebeest are part of the Great Migration. And these friends are going to be on our right hand side, which are cinnamon color brown and white. Those are springboks. And they can leap up to 6 feet just by standing still. They can leap 13 feet forward as well. And they are on the top 10 fastest land animals on Earth. They can speed up from 50 to 60 miles an hour. And here on our right hand side as well, we're going to have a couple of white-bird wildebeest as well, just sitting all the way up in the hill. And the real cool thing about it is that they do not have a designated leader. If just one decides to go for a walk, the rest is just going to simply follow. They also like to sleep on roads, leaving enough space between them just in case they have to wake up and run. And now we are going to get into elephant country. Let's see if we can spot some African elephants in here.
Oh, another club. Wow. Aaron, Margaret. I think that's a Florida.
We can tell those an African elephant because of the shape of its ear. It kind of looks like Africa. They like to flex them because it holds them to regulate their body temperature as well. Elephants can weigh up to 16,000 pounds and they can eat up to 300 pounds of food during the day. They also have very sensitive skin, so they like to fly sun on their backs and use it as a natural sunscreen. And from here on your right hand side, you're going to be able to see one. Alright, let's see if we can spot somewhere else. What do you mean? You guys want to know something that you guys can do to help? Is recycling your old electronics. And as we have, they have this little mineral on our file system. And the mine store is not the other tool store has that. So if you guys want to help, you can recycle your old cameras and old phones. Us can help a lot of businesses to preserve their land and their species as well. And that's what we want. We also have another one here on our left. And the oldest and wiser female of the elephant is the one that takes care of the babies and the female. All the males, when they get to a certain age, they like to be alone. We're gonna have a couple more here on our left hand side as well. And this we were looking to really what we're gonna have on our left and right hand side. It's called a baobab tree, and they can remain 9 months out of the year without any leaves. And they do so it helps them to preserve the water and its strength. And animals just like elephants or antelopes can poke holes in them and drink the water. That's why it's also known as a tree of life.
Oh, we go to the water?
And coming up here on our left hand side, we're gonna have some flamingos. And these are actually greater flamingos. And if you take a closer look, you're gonna see that there are some that have their feathers on their heads scraped. And that's because they are babies. They eat little tiny brown shrimp, which contains this pink beta-carotene, and that's what makes their feathers pink. So for those babies, it will take them like about a year to get their whole skin pink. Here on our left hand side, all the way there in the middle, you're gonna see that mud pit. And to the left of it, all the way to the back, you're gonna see the white rhinos just laying down there. White rhinos have very sensitive skin, so they like to roll on the mud and use it as a natural sunscreen. They also like to scratch their backs and their bodies into the trees to get rid of that skin stuff. White rhinos can weigh from 4,000 to 5,000 pounds. And they can still charge up to 35 miles an hour, which is really amazing because they are huge. And they'll still have some speed on those legs. Alright, and this one is gonna be to the left behind the tree that's on the floor, is on the move. It's gonna be a cheetah. It's kinda hard to see her. She's just walking towards to the right. And they can speed up to 60 miles an hour in less than 30 seconds. And they can hold that speed up to a couple hundred yards. They also like to use their tail to create balance while they're running, and also to change direction. And if you take a look here on the left, where those three are together, there is one also laying down on the floor. They blend really, really well, so it's kind of hard to spot them. And these rocks in front of us are known as puppy rocks. They are usually harmful predators. So let's see if we can spot them today. They're usually more active during the night. If you take a look here on your right hand side, you're gonna see the small antelope just laying down on the floor. It's gonna be right behind these trees that are on the floor. And that's a bontebok. And they are related to the white-throated wildebeest. And this is a great place to see him because he's rarely seen on the water. And if you take a look here on your left, and the left to the left tree, it's going to be laying down on the floor. There's going to be a war dog there just taking a nap. You can see his ducks coming out. And they like to make those holes on the ground to make their homes. And they're actually pretty good recyclers. Because if they see the hole has already been made, they're going to use it for their own. And from here on the right hand side, we can see once again the bontebok. And we also can see an ostrich, which is going to be further to the left as well. And some ostrich eggs on the floor. And those eggs can weigh up to 3 pounds each. And that's the same amount of 2,000 chicken eggs. And they are really, really hard to see. You can step them, they're not going to break it. And those ostrich can speed up to 40 miles an hour. And they like to use their wings to create balance while they're running, and also to change direction. Important job because he takes care of all the animals here in the reserve, including the Nigerian dogs. They're going to be here on our left all over the place. They are really cute. They are very playful. And they're actually really great climbers. They can be found pretty much everywhere, all around the world. And they are originally from West Africa. And for as small as they look, these ones are actually adults. If you guys want to know ways or things that you can get rid of from animals, it's by recycling. You can recycle paper, plastic, cardboard, even your old electronics. And that's going to help a lot of animals around the world to protect their land and their species as well. And that's what we want. If you want to see more animals, you should head out to the Rafiki Fun Watch. Take the train and it takes you over there. They have a real cool petting zoo there. You can pet some goats, some donkeys. They also have the vet clinic. They have a lot of fun stuff to do over there. You have little ones, so you use like animals in general. The last train leaves at 4:30, so you have like a couple of hours to head over there. So if you're more interested in gorillas or monkeys, you should head out to the gorilla falls track. She's a walking trail. And there you can also see some of monkeys. Like the one that we saw earlier. And they close at 6:45. And this will be a great place for you guys. Make sure you have all your personal belongings. Make sure that nothing comes out of your pocket. But it is a really long walk back here to Africa to get your stuff. So here in Morocco, we don't like to say goodbye because there's fireworks and sad parts are final. We like to say Quahrini, which means go well. So go well, my friends. Have a great adventure out there. My name is Stephanie, and it was a pleasure to be your safari driver today.